Hey, I am Rampage's biggest fan.
What's up with the Rochester?
Who is Rampage? He's like a
on, bro.
thumb wrestler.
This boy
dude,
getting
right?
more clout by dudes tonight than girls.
Hey,
I like
respectfully,
it. You're
shut
right.
the
You're right, 100%.
no handshake on that.
All right, respect.
I'm a dad.
So I just watched the apology video from the SykoStu apologizing to Raja Jackson, and it is not even close. He is 100% fucked. This is the definition of senseless violence, and I mean, he deserves what's coming his way. So, yeah.
What kind of fucking person are you? You fucking low-life fucking clown. You want fucking clout, so you beat up a guy that's fucking half unconscious. You punch a guy that's trying to break up a fight and not even trying to fight you. I wasn't even trying to fucking hurt you.
It's not going to go the way you want it to go, and he should have handled it a different way. I hope that him and his family are able to cope and be able to find a solution for everything. And obviously SykoStu is a little bit better because everybody's kind of worried. But, you know, it's unfortunate that it happened, and hopefully it doesn't happen again.
SykoStu has finally spoken after being released from the hospital following the attack by Raja Jackson. In a post shared by his family, they revealed that he's now resting at home after suffering a serious head injury that left him unconscious. The update detailed trauma to both jaws, a deep cut on his upper lip, and a fractured maxilla bone that led to the loss of several teeth. They acknowledged that his recovery will be a long process, but said he's keeping a positive spirit. The family also thanked everyone who has shown support through donations, food, flowers, and gifts, expressing their gratitude for the kindness it has meant to them. On the other hand, Rampage Jackson confronted a fan who brought up Raja Jackson's attack on SykoStu. He told the fan to respectfully shut the making it clear he didn't want to discuss the situation publicly. Rampage added that he was already dealing with the issue privately while also receiving a flood of racist threats.
Hey, I am Rampage's biggest fan.
What's up with the Rochester?
Who is Rampage? He's like a
on, bro.
thumb wrestler.
This boy
dude,
getting
right?
more clout by dudes tonight than girls.
Hey,
I like
respectfully,
it. You're
shut
right.
the
You're right, 100%.
no handshake on that.
All right, respect.
I'm a dad.
I know,
respectfully.
I know, that's what.
Respectfully,
you're right. 100%.
I'm dealing with this shit.
Rampage
I'm dealing with this shit.
Is a thumb board.
100%, man. Respect, man.
Hey.
Bro, that's why I said I apologize for even like coming up.
You can't make me wrong.
I apologize for even coming up to you that way.
I'm getting a lot of racist threats. Coming up to me, come on. I'm getting a lot of racist threats. Motherfucker talking about killing me and my whole family over something my son did I ain't got nothing to do with. I'm telling you, drop the shit.
He a slider.
Hey, bro, drop it, bro, drop it.
Hey.
Put my number in your book,
No, fuck
bro.
that,
You
fuck
need
that.
situa-
No. I'm just telling you, I'm just telling you.
Hey, we do some
No,
comedy.
no,
man.
I'm
What
telling
type
you.
of interviews you running?
My
tonight?
apologies,
I'm sorry about
though.
that.
Hey, my
Move
apologies.
on.
Rampage Jackson already knew the mindset of his son and expected that Raja Jackson might eventually get into trouble. Weeks before the incident, Rampage even joked during a live stream that he had bailed money set aside for himself. That clip is now resurfaced and is drawing even more attention to Raja's recent actions.
Roger and his oldest son whole life, I knew them two wasn't going to college. And my two Japanese kids, I knew they was going to college. So I saved up college tuition for the two Japanese kids and bail money for Roger and his brother. So don't f him. If you go to jail, I'm just gonna bail him out.
Dylan Dennis reacted to the viral Raja Jackson incident by admitting it was hard to watch. He suggested Raja might be dealing with anger issues, questioning why he would do something like that in the first place. Dennis explained that anyone who trains understands the difference between working together and taking advantage of a situation. He compared it to giving someone your weight in a WWE-style move, only to have them recklessly slam you on your head, calling the act ridiculous and unnecessary.
What's your take on this Raja Jackson video that came out? Because it seems like that's caught kind of not just in wrestling world, but like everyone is caught.
To be honest, it's hard to watch, but in a way, it's like he might have something like wrong with like maybe like anger problems, because like why would he do that, you know? And anybody that has trained or anybody that has a brain knows when someone's working or someone's like And like that would be like me going with you right now, and you're like, "Oh, I'm gonna pick you up, and we're working, we're doing a WWE match." Like you could slam me in my head, like I'm giving you my weight. You know what I mean? So like the guy obviously let him pick him up, and then slamming him like that is ridiculous. First off,
Dylan Dennis gave his thoughts on the Roger Jackson incident and said the whole situation looked unnecessary and reckless. He explained that in pro wrestling, moves like slams are done with trust, where both people know they'll be kept safe. In this case, he felt that trust was broken as Roger turned it into something dangerous instead of control. Dennis said the punches that followed made it even worse, looking more like an attempt to hurt rather than perform. He called it disappointing and said it reflected badly, since wrestling is meant to showcase skill and entertainment, not cause real harm.
Especially being a guy that's trained. I know he's only 0-1, but like slamming the guy like that, first off, is ridiculous. Like any person in WWE can do that to each other. You know, it doesn't. That's not anything like people are adding like, oh, that's Rampage Jr. or something like that. Like the guy jumped up for you to carry his weight, and he's trusting you to take care of his body. You know what I mean? And then he's throwing those shots, and like, I get you can kind of lay one in, like, you know what I mean? I can hit you like that, but not even. But the first one was like a haymaker. He's trying to like kill the guy, and like, it's just sad. Like I don't understand what happened. Like it's hard to explain what happened, and it looks bad for us too. You know what I mean? Like anybody could do that. Like I can go in the ring in WWE and do that. Like why do I do that? No. Like you're supposed to have a trust, and that's a different sport. It's a pro wrestling. You know.
Dylan Dennis said the situation would have been different if Roger Jackson had made it clear he wanted a real fight, but instead it came off like a setup where trust was broken. He mentioned that Roger acted like they were just working together, then suddenly turned it into something dangerous before later apologizing. Dennis wondered if Roger might be dealing with deeper issues like PTSD, calling the whole thing sad, and said that he even considered offering to help with money or training. He explained that in wrestling or training, when someone lets you lift their body, you're expected to protect, not slam them recklessly on their head, which is what made the incident so troubling to watch.
It would be different if he said, hey, come in here, I'm a kid, like you, like I like really want to fight you, and then yeah, beat the shit out of the guy. But it didn't seem like that. Like he did the prop can, he's saying that, but then he apologized, and like, is this kid? I mean, I don't know.
Dude had like PTSD. It was like,
oh, so sad. It's so sad. I was actually gonna offer to help him, like with money and maybe training. Like, and then he shot on the other guy. He couldn't threw the other guy down. He was like, so it's like the guy was letting you work with his body. Like, when you're training and even you pick someone up in sparring, you're not gonna slam the guy on his head. Like that's basically what they're doing in pro wrestling. You know what I mean? Someone's letting you pick them up, but you're not gonna do that.
Dylan Dennis further explained that his respect for Rampage Jackson made him hesitant to be too harsh on Raja, since Rampage is a legend in the sport and someone he looks up to. At the same time, he admitted that what Raja did was completely wrong, especially at an indie show where there's a level of trust between performers. Dennis said that as a trained martial artist who has grown up around the sport, Raja should know better than to attack someone defenseless, adding that in a controlled setting, it's unacceptable and only makes the community look bad when incidents like this go viral.
I like Rampage a lot, so it's like you don't want to blame Rampage. That's the only reason that I don't want to go too hard on his son, because Rampage is a legend. He's a great guy.
It seems to be kind of like
yeah, but like if it wasn't Rampage's son, I'd be like that motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like that's up. To do to someone, especially an indie show like that, and you're a martial artist at the end of the day. You know when someone's unconscious. Like if it was like a street fight and you're in the fight to the death and you're trying to kill us or protect your family, that's like something like that. Okay, I would understand that. He's a 25-year-old man that's been training martial arts and has been around martial arts his whole life. It's sad, man. I mean, yeah, it's sad. And like I feel bad for the dude that he did it to, and it puts us back a little bit, it went viral and it makes us look like we're like or something.
Meanwhile, WWE legend Mark Henry surprised fans by partially defending Roger Jackson and shifting some responsibility on SykoStu. He explained that he never tolerated aggressive ribbing or constant joking, saying that anyone who pushed those limits with him always paid the price. While admitting he didn't know the full details, Henry felt SykoStu mishandled the situation and ended up taking on more than he could handle. He cautioned that people should be careful about who they provoke and questioned what kind of example a veteran sets when targeting someone much younger.
I didn't like the ribbing, I didn't like the joking, and anybody that talked to me that I didn't think was worthy of having that kind of aggressive conversation, they got that work. And, I don't know the full story, but I do know what I saw. And it looked like he wasn't smart to what was going on. And the dude that was messing with him bit off more than he can chew. And, you gotta be careful, one, who you mess with, and two, like, you know, what kind of example are you as a veteran for inciting a ride with a kid? You know, and I mean, he's not 12 or nothing, but he's still significantly younger.
Tony Ferguson reacts to the Roger Jackson incident with shock, saying the attack could have been prevented. He criticizes influencers and media for hyping situations that mislead young people and urges kids to seek help or find positive outlets instead of turning to violence. Ferguson hopes Raja and his family can cope, while expressing relief that SykoStu is recovering, and stresses that incidents like this should never happen again.
My reaction was just like everybody else's, is kind of shocked at that, but I think that it could have been prevented. I think assholes like people, influencers, YouTubers, or everything else that put too much hype and they try to build some shit up and they put these ideas in kids' heads and they're not fucking saying, hey, reach out and, you know, and be like, it's okay. They're making it worse by trying to do the same shit by sticking mics in their face and doing this kind of stuff, where as some people know how to handle situations and some people don't. And unfortunately, it went a different way. And all you youngsters out there, that's not the right way to do it. That's just not how you do it. If you do have an issue with something like that, go talk to somebody. I know it's kind of seems like the pussy thing to do, but damn, go find a way to vent, because that stuff is just like a boiling pot. It's not gonna go the way you want it to go. And he should have handled it a different way. I hope that him and his family are able to cope and be able to find a solution for everything. And obviously SykoStu is a little bit better because everybody's kind of worried. But, you know, it's unfortunate that it happened, and hopefully it doesn't happen again.
Doug Maloa also lashed out at Roger Jackson, blasting him for what he called a stupid mentality. He recalled trying to break things up in the ring when Raja suddenly shot for a sloppy double leg and punched him in the eye, even though Maloa wasn't being hostile. He called Raja a young loser and a low-life clown for attacking a half-conscious man and striking someone who was only trying to stop the fight, adding that Jackson was lucky he was already exhausted from his earlier match.
When we're in the ring and I'm breaking it up and he shoots a fucking double leg on me, by the way, work a better fucking double leg, you fucking prick. And then I'm telling you to fucking calm down. I'm not even fucking fighting. I'm not even being fucking hostile. Then you're trying to fucking work and get lower, do this, change positions, and I'm over here having to swim with you, all this other shit. And then you fucking punch me in the fucking eye after we're breaking it up, you fucking loser. That's why you got fucking headbutt, and that's why I fucking punch you, and you're fucking lucky I was tired from the match before this. What kind of fucking person are you? You fucking low-life fucking clown. You want fucking clout, so you beat up a guy that's fucking half unconscious. You punch a guy that's trying to break up a fight and not even trying to fight you. I wasn't even trying to fucking hurt you.
Doug Maloa said he believed Roger Jackson would have killed SykoStu if he hadn't stepped in. He explained that Roger clearly wanted to keep attacking and would have done the same to him if he had managed to take him down, but Maloa blasted Roger for being a bully, pointing out that instead of seeking therapy or help for his issues, he uses his father's name and training to hurt people who aren't prepared for that kind of violence.
So, do you think he wanted to continue beating up Stu?
I think he would have killed him.
If you didn't stop it, right?
I promise you he would have killed him. He would have killed me if he would have got the best of me. If he would have took my legs out from under me like he was trying to, he was going to do the same thing to me that he did to Stu. Clearly, you watched the stream when he's walking away. I'm tired of people fucking with me. I don't care how many times you've been fingered in your life, bro. I don't give a fuck. If you got a fucking problem with the fucking world and the people around you, change your fucking people around you. Change it up a little bit. Go to therapy. Get some fucking help. Don't take it out on everybody else. And then you want to train by one of the best fighters to ever fucking live, your fucking father. Use his fucking clout. Use his fucking knowledge. And then you want to hurt people that don't fucking train like that? You're a fucking bully. You're a bitch.
Josh Thompson also weighs in on the incident and believes the real sympathy should go to Quentin Rampage Jackson, not Raja. He explains that Quentin is an innocent father caught in the middle, loving his son but forced to watch him make terrible choices. Thompson calls it heartbreaking to see a parent go through something so serious, especially knowing it's the last thing Quentin would have wanted for his child.
Problem is this. You're looking at it and people are, they're trying to give some type of, you know, forgiveness because it's Quentin, not because it's Raja, because it's Quentin. It's Quentin Jackson that is the person that you've got to feel sorry for, okay? In the fact that, you know, he's hooked up in this when he's not the one that took part in this. And that's a sad thing because he's a father and he loves his son. And it's sad to see someone go through something of this magnitude when it's the last thing in the world you would have told your son to go through with.
Tim Welch reacted to the situation by saying that since Rampage Jackson's son is money, he would likely have strong legal support, but the case could still be treated as attempted murder. He warned about the dangers of street fights, explaining that once someone is already knocked out, continuing to strike them becomes easily deadly and land a person in prison. Welch called the attack disturbing and said if the victim were his own father, he would be furious. He added that while SykoStu had regained consciousness, the overall outlook remained unfavorable.
Rampage's got money. I mean, they're going to have some good lawyers. But it might be attempted murder. I mean, God, that's the thing. You got to be careful getting in street fights. If you can avoid street fights, avoid them. Especially if you got a temper tantrum. Maybe if you know a little jiu-jitsu and you get in a street fight here and there, it's okay. You can take care of yourself, get in a good position. But once you crack somebody and then you start seeing red and you're not thinking about what you're doing and you're punching them and they're already knocked out, good chance you're going to kill them. And now you might be in the pen. So, I mean, that was f***ed up. That was, if that guy was my dad or something, I would be f***ing furious. So, hopefully this guy comes out of it all right. They said he came to, and it's not looking good.
However, MMA Guru describes Raja Jackson as an animal and says he should be behind bars. He calls the assault a vicious act, pointing out that Raja keeps throwing punches at an unconscious man as if he's trying to kill him. Guru praises the bystander with pink hair for stepping in, but criticizes everyone else for doing nothing. He finishes by saying Raja has no place in society and belongs in jail.
Thoughts on Raja doing a classic 13%? I mean, I'm sick of seeing it. Raining down shots and unanswered. Dead people. Like, he's unconscious on the ground. You just slammed him on his head. And now you're throwing 12 unanswered punches over and over again until you're trying to kill him. And the ref and all those in the ring that didn't stomp his out when he was doing that. Bruv, Raja should have got fucking knocked out cold in that ring. No one was doing anything about it but that pink hair guy. Shout out to the pink hair guy for jumping in the ring and trying to stop him at least. Brother, dumb animal, put him in a cage. Straight up. Not a human. Not allowed in society. Control yourself, dumb bit. Bring that sparring partner back. Tornado kick him again. Dumb animal.
Rampage Jackson reacts to MMA Guru's criticism during his first live stream since the attack, accusing him of racism. He says Guru was meant to be a journalist but instead revealed his true colors, emphasizing in 2025, nobody wants to hear racist comments about someone's child. Rampage acknowledges that mistakes happen but insists they should never be twisted into a racial issue.
It's a lot of like ignorant people on the internet. I understand that. You know, it is what it is. The shit don't affect me, don't bother me, but people like MMA Guru, you know what I'm saying, that guy is supposed to be some kind of journalist, and his racism came out. His racism showing. You know what I'm saying? It's 2025, like, you know what I'm saying? People do shit. People do shit in this world. Some people fuck up. Some people do shit. It shouldn't get turned into race. Nobody wants to hear a bunch of racist shit about their son, no matter what race they are. He must don't have kids himself.
Rampage Jackson believes the MMA Guru went too far by letting racism appear in his commentary. He explains that having grown up around such talk, he recognized it immediately. While he usually ignores racist messages online, he says it's difficult when someone with a platform like Guru uses that language. Rampage adds that anyone with an audience has a responsibility to remain professional, and now fans are likely to question whether Guru's opinions on black fighters are influenced by bias.
He said? I don't want to repeat what he said, but he said a whole bunch of. He said, like, he showed his racism, basically what he did. Like, I'm from the South. The stuff he said, only racist people say. A lot of racist people came forward and said stuff and DM me racist shit. It don't bother me because I don't care about racist people. But MMA Guru, he has a platform. Yeah. And he should stay neutral because he's giving his opinions on fights and stuff like that. So now people gonna be watching him when black fighters fight and the shit he say.
MMA Guru responds to Rampage Jackson, firing back his criticism. He calls out Rampage for going live just days after Raja Jackson's incident, one of the most intense moments of Raja's life. Guru points out that while Raja could be facing serious legal trouble, Rampage is live streaming, reading messages, sharing opinions, and calling people out, highlighting a stark contrast between the seriousness of the situation and his father's public response.
Just a few days after Raja Jackson is had this situation that's probably the most stressful time in his life, deserved, by the way, the deserved most stressful time of his life, where he's probably sitting at home right now, scared to death that he's going to get decades in prison. During that moment, right now, his father, Rampage Jackson, is dating on stream and bowling with them while reading dono messages about the entire situation and giving his thoughts on it and calling people out.
On the other hand, Rampage Jackson further talked about the incident involving his son Raja and SykoStu, expressing deep regret over what happened. He stresses that while he cannot excuse Raja's actions, his role as a father requires him to support his son. Rampage emphasizes that the matter is now in the hands of the legal system and asks for privacy regarding the details. He also shows concern for SykoStu and his family, wishing he had been there to prevent the situation from escalating.
Ain't much I can do on that side, but be a father, you know what I'm saying? And y'all know I can't talk about that shit. I can't talk about any details and stuff like that. I can't really go into nothing. I hope y'all can respect that, you know what I'm saying? I can't say much about that shit. You know, it's really not my place to say anything, and we gotta let this shit play its course. This shit put me in like a bad mood, you know what I'm saying? I feel bad about SykoStu and his family. His family had to see that shit, you know what I'm saying? And you know, all the stuff that went on. I just wish it was. I just wish I could have been there, but I couldn't. I was out of state, dropping my other kid off at college.
Rampage Jackson also clarified that he does not excuse Raja's behavior and isn't defending his actions. He says his role is to stay by his son's side as a father while the situation unfolds. He adds that he hopes SykoStu can eventually forgive him in his role as a parent, even if not everyone fully understands the circumstances of the incident.
Y'all need to know that I don't condone Raja's conduct. I don't condone none of the shit that happened. So we're gonna see what happened, and I'm gonna continue to be a father, and I hope SykoStu can forgive me myself as a dad, because for not understanding everything, you know what I'm saying? And let's see what happens from here.
So that's a wrap for today's video. We hope you find it informative. Share your thoughts on this incident in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more interesting content.